All right, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? You don't need to move. Nikki needs to be in the front row.
What's going on, guys?
That's already the official mark of summer. All right, let's share some good news. Maybe it was your Memorial Day plan. Maybe it was Dan Goon winning money again at the gala. Dan always wins. Anybody got anything exciting to share? Tell something good.
Wait, hang on. What is it, Dan?
What?
Hang on, louder.
I won 2 free trips around or anywhere in the U.S. and four days and 3 nights at a Hyatt or Hilton.
All right. Dan's always the winner.
Yeah.
Wow. Good day. Did you buy your own table?
I did.
Oh, you deserve to win then.
Yeah,
Did you invest it in it? All right. Somebody else got something exciting to share.
Right.
Yes.
What you got?
Okay, I have a difficult listing and I got the sellers to agree to a significant price drop. And when they got an offer, got them to change their mind from rejecting the offer to accepting it.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, great. Good. At the end of the day, you got to get that. It's worth what a buyer is willing to pay. Okay. What else? Something exciting. Anyone?
Online?
Off to England on Friday.
You're going to England. Ken's going to England. All right.
All right, Ken.
Sounds exciting.
That sounds exciting.
Anybody else? Did something fun over Memorial Day? All right, let's move along. I'm like pulling. Anybody online got anything to share? Nothing. After Dan Goon wins trip.
I know. He just dropped the mic.
We already gave blood, Norman.
Yeah.
You saved 60 lives out
Oh,
there.
this
guys.
is an update. Okay.
Yeah. So there was 17 donations.
17. Awesome.
And there was 20 blood products that was made out of the 17, which saved 60 lives out there for y'all that donated.
All
Thank
right. Good work. Good work. That's awesome. That was good. All right. Classes and events coming up. We have a class right after this one called Blind Spots, right? Being educated. We do live in the most diverse county. They say United States. We might as well just say world at that point.
Yep.
There's a lot of different behaviors that show up in our world. Wouldn't you agree, Nikki?
Sure.
Well, no, not just you. You get to see it in the PC program, by the way. And with that, right, with just more awareness, more education, more things that we're missing. That's really where we're going with this theme. This will be a great thing. Any updates else you would add to it?
You hit it. I mean, this will help build your business. We'll here till 3 o'clock. We have some training, additional food for you guys. Just come in here, participate, build your awareness, and this will help build your business.
And then we're moving on. The best way to learn about a culture is through what?
Eat.
Food, right? If you've been to the Asian American Gala, first time I went there, it was a little bit of an experience. So you've all been there. Like, we're gonna have 10 courses. Anybody been to it? Am I the only one looking weird? Was that some of you are like, yeah, this is what we do? Yes. Yeah, that's an awesome experience. Okay, great. So where are we going?
The Fort Bend Restaurant Crawl, Habaneros is where we'll have
Japaneros.
Japaneros. Whatever, it's where we're gonna have our appetizer and happy hour. That's from, it should say 3 to 5 p.m., not 2, 3. And then Mahesh's Kitchen is where we'll have dinner. This is all in Sugarland Town Center. So you're just making a Z as you're walking. And then finally, we're going to get some dessert at the Sweet Boutique starting at 8:30 to about 9:30.
Oh, I got a trivia. Anybody want trivia for a free office bill?
Sure.
First one to raise their hand.
Raise your hand.
No.
Winner.
If you answer it wrong, you owe double on your basic agent bill. Okay, just kidding. All right. Japaneros is owned by a family. They own another restaurant and about to open a third. It was in the back that went first. It's all first. You have to name.
Yes, fourth.
Oh, fourth.
Yeah.
Fourth. You have to name the new one now because the sign's out there. Do you know all 4?
I don't know the new one. I know
Anybody know all 4? because the new one just popped up.
The new one
Okay,
just
Sop.
popped up.
All right, we're coming to you, Sofina. Okay, hold on.
Hold on,
Get the
you gotta
microphone.
announce it.
All right.
Japaneros,
Yeah.
Brew Burgers,
Yeah.
Jupiter, and Grove's Donuts. That's their newest one.
What is it?
Grove Donuts and Harvest Green. I just talked to the guy last Tuesday.
What's
Is that
the one you're
correct?
talking about?
But they're opening up a new location in the town center, correct? All right, I got to confirm that to see
Yeah,
if
we
you're the
gotta-
winner.
I-
All right, there's a new restaurant opening up in the town center, town
Oh.
square. What is it?
BB. There's that one.
Oh,
BB Italian.
I don't have a-
No.
It's not chicken.
No, no, no.
It's okay.
No, it's not chicken.
I just screwed that whole
Yeah, yeah.
trivia up. Sopina will confirm if you're a winner or not. Yes.
But they're the owners of B&B Butchers. That's who's opening Italian restaurant in town center. BB
Yes,
Italian.
and then there's a new smokehouse that's opening too in the town square.
That could be theirs.
Okay, never mind. All right, join us for this tour. And then June 22nd, on the summer, we like to go on some summer tours. So we're going to have 3 meetings that we'll take off campus. Can we say off site? So the first one in June will be in Harvest Green, Johnson Development. It'll be a great tour. And then we'll go to Veranda in July. And then we'll go all the way out
Oh, stop.
to Sienna.
Oh, what? Come on.
Just
I'm
stop.
just kidding. I mean,
Not
just
that
right
far.
down the road. I just mess with people.
Yeah.
Yes, you can meet us here. So we'll do our little summer. So that'll be fun. Join us for those. Okay, marketing update. Take it over. I'll even leave you there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate it. Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Awesome. My name is Greg. I handle the marketing for the office. So I'm just gonna share with you a couple of things to know, some quick updates. So I know many of you look for templates and different designs for your social media, for your prints. So if you go to agentmarketingdesk.com, there's plenty of different templates that you can use, most that you can simply revise on Canva. I know many of you already have accounts with them. On Friday, we're gonna send an email about new postcard templates that we're gonna have. So I know a lot of you have been, requesting that for mailers. So we're gonna have a few postcard templates that you can use. All of this is at no cost. So you just sign up, go to agentmarketingdesk.com. You find a template that you want and you use it. I've seen a lot of you finding templates that you've been using for social media. I've seen a lot of you printing a few of them. So I'm really excited about that. And we're just gonna continue to have more designs for you. So that's one update. Next, on June 9th, we're gonna have our class, our marketing class for Calibre. We're gonna do a heavy focus on Facebook ads. So of course, we're gonna go through some of the basics designs. We're gonna talk about branding. We're gonna talk about smart plans, a little bit of everything, but a heavy focus on Facebook ads. Cause I've gotten a lot of requests about, hey, Greg, I have some content. I've been posting for a bit. I want to scale it up a bit. How can we take advantage of Facebook ads? We're gonna talk through using Facebook ads in command and also posting ads directly on Facebook and what is the difference between the two. Do any of you know what retargeting ads is? Retargeting ads? Anyone knows? Okay, you guys got to attend the class. You guys ever go on Amazon, then you go on Facebook and you see an ad about the product you just saw on Amazon? Everyone experienced that? I'm gonna show you how you guys can do that. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that on the class, June 9th. You can attend either the morning session or the evening session. This is critical because sometimes many of you may try the ads and maybe you just hit boost the post. And although that can be helpful, it is not optimized. So if you just take advantage of retargeting ads, it's like, it is kind of following someone over the internet, but hey, that's how it works. And that's how you get someone connected to your brand. That's how you can market a listing. That's how you can market yourself as an agent. So June 9th, 11:30 a.m. And if you want to attend the evening session at 6 p.m. is in the training room or via Zoom. So cool.
All right, good stuff. Okay, let's go.
You helped me out a lot there, Greg. You're about to hear why.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we just wanted to see
we
you
went to
and
all
wanted to
those.
see
Okay,
you.
a couple of things. A quick update for me though. We do have that reminder again, that 66-day lead gen challenge that we're doing as a region. All right, so here's the QR code. It's also on the Facebook group. Get into this Facebook group that we made for the region. All right, so the digital lead gen challenge is going to be where we're going to provide content for you every day between starting June 6th until mid-August. Provide content for you that you can just post, tutorials, etc., to help you lead generate digitally. Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right.
All right. And then also, again, reminder, conference rooms have gone digital. So you have multiple, you can keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the image that we showed you last week. You can just scroll to the last one. Okay, on how it operates. We've gotten some amazing feedback back, right? I believe
Well, no,
that's
let
where
me
we're
tell you,
going.
how's
Yeah.
anybody gone digital to reserve it?
Oh, one.
How did it go? Okay, great. Nobody else has done it, needed a conference room? Okay, great. That means it's great feedback. It means we heard nothing. That's even
No
better.
complaints. Yes, no.
Yes.
Easy way. KWSW25.com. There's a training room button that you can just click on. You're going to see this QR code in various places around the office that you can just scan and reserve. Pick your time, put your name and email, save. That's all it is.
And if you're old school and you want to call up and ask the front desk to put you in the slot, what's available, we'll always have that service for you. Okay, there you go.
All right.
All right. Mine's easy to find. All right.
Hold on. What's up, Kimbra?
Do you have that anywhere else?
Yeah, it's also in the closed Facebook group.
I mean, out here where I can like use the bit.ly
I'll get it for you.
QR code.
I'll get it for you during the meeting, right after the meeting.
Okay. I was just going to go back to it.
Oh.
There was too many slides. All right. We're going to pivot a little bit for the meeting. Blame it on the mesh.
Don't blame it on me. Blame it on my guest.
No,
Blame it on my guest.
All right. I wanted to give you a little bit just a snapshot of what's going on in our market, right? Because we need to prepare for the market that we're heading into, and yet we live in a reality, right? It's kind of like the innovator's dilemma is we live in a world of selling real estate today, and yet we are heading into a different market. Would you agree? Yes. And we live in Houston, Texas, and the way Houston, Texas, the way Fort Bend County responds to a shift is going to be totally different than national. And the reason I tell you this is because we're going to really need to educate the people that we work with. By the way, this is one of my favorite books, is the Shift book, right? I was reading a line today that was pretty powerful, and it says, how long it takes to get from survive to thrive can vary greatly from time to time and from person to person. There is the market shift. It's lag time. And then there is your shift and your lag time. We're always preparing for the market. So we're quick to react and move through it. If you don't shift fast, your lag time will parallel the market and you may be at risk. To thrive in the upshift, you must survive the downshift. Let's be clear, there's nothing that says that you cannot thrive before the market upshifts. In fact, we know and work with many agents who have their best years in a down market. This book is based on the lessons we've learned from these agents who have actually accomplished this. Here's the truth. Not everyone will, but anyone can. Right? It's a shift in the way that we approach things and we go about it. This whole book first just talks about get real, get right. Okay, so I just jump on. I have a tool called Broker Metrics, right? And you're going to go going, why do you keep talking about a shift? It's really not showing up in much data. I'm hearing a little bit of stories from agents. It's not necessarily impacting the data, right? So I look at three different ways. I just pull up data and I look at Fort Bend. I look at data in Sugarland. I look at it in Missouri City and Richmond. You can go more than that. And so just a few things to look at is just our sales. I always look at it a 2-year snapshot. Now, remember, if we go back to May 2020, what was going on in May 2020?
We were still adjusting.
CW, you remember that time? Yeah. We had to shut down, right? The world went kind of like a mini shift, by the way, if you go back and look at it. When COVID was announced, which is called, it was kind of into February, March. What happened?
Yeah,
it went. I can remember CW. What did you say in the meeting was going to happen? Yeah, and it did, didn't it? Right? And May was kind of the start of this slingshot out of this. So the red is for sale, the blue is under contract, and the green is sold. And kind of come in here and you start to see just the patterns of data. Now, all these slides we can make available. You can throw it on there. These are just conversations to have with buyers and sellers, right? So the big, if you look at it, is we're down for sales, almost 41%. Our under contracts are actually down compared to that time. And then our solds are actually up. Kind of fascinating to look at. If you go back here and look at May, right? We have increased a little bit on our for sales. So the inventory is creeping up just a little bit. A little bit, by the way, all in perspective. There's more of the numbers to look at. If we look at days on month supply of inventory, what does month supply of inventory mean? Let me say that in the least amount of words. What's the month supply of inventory?
So all the houses you have, the time period will take.
Yeah, if no new inventory came on the market, this is how quickly we would eat through it. And we've increased since March. We're at 1.3 months. All properties, all of Fort Bend. So what kind of market is that? Seller's market. And yet, if we went back to May, last year's 1.1. Enough data to say it's moving? Not really, but you're just starting to feel it, right? Because interest rates are on a rise. You have the stock market doing some goofy things. Remember, who controls the stock market? Well, government's got 30% of it, so they can manipulate that too, by the way. Okay, let's be real clear. What is our federal government not like?
Inflation.
Okay, why do they, you're doing this with me. Why? Why? Huh? Yeah, but what's more importantly, what's really, you got to understand this. Why do they not like this inflation at a high level? Yeah, because we're a democracy, right? And because when that goes up, it impacts different groups. The rich get richer, the poor get impacted by it. And if you're a democracy, if we're in a dictatorship, they could care less. But we're a democracy, both sides of the aisles, by the way, they got to figure out how to slow this down. You can say it's right or wrong or whatever, just knowing they said they're going to control it. We'll get Dale to share what interest rates are and where they're going to continue to go. But there's a reason why these rise in interest rates, it's going to show up. Now, we're still in Fort Bend County, and we got growth that's occurring and all this stuff along the way, but we're just tracking it. And the reason I tell you this, keep tracking this, right? If you look at sold compared to May 20th, yes, still in the pandemic phase, it's up 49.6%, but it's even over May. You got to remember, more properties, right? You have growth exploding. These are all properties. So this is just telling us median price, everything that's going. Look at these numbers though. 275 was the median price in 20. Now it's at 411. Why do we use median price instead of average? See, yeah, that's it. It's just it's more accurate of a number that we use. Yeah, but just 275 to 411, no big deal. Whew. Anybody else seen that in your lifetime? CW? When did you see that? 1980. Huh?
That combined with interest rates going up, you lose a lot of buying power.
Yeah, you lose affordability.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a quick snapshot of Sugarland, right? As we look at month supply of inventory, we were 3.7 in May, pandemic, yes, but 1.1 still for Sugarland. Jumping ahead here, here's our for sale, here's our under contract, 2-year snapshot. Even if you go back to May, right, for sale, you can just see a big difference. You're under contracts, not quite as many, and then you're sold or just less, but we've just been dealing with a lack of inventory. So what's the synopsis is? Our sales for the remainder of the year are going to go down. The number of sales. Didn't mean there was opportunity. It's still going to be there, right? Just in Sugarland alone, right? If you look at it as a snapshot for sold properties, it was 146. So opportunity. Did we get all 146 here at the office for Sugarland? We should have. Just add some stuff. All right. Here's another one. Here's your median price for Sugarland over 2 years, went from 341 to 474. Our median price is pushing $500,000. Would you ever thought that was coming? Sugarland? We'll see what Richmond says. Do you know that number? Miss Richmond in the back? Okay. Here's Missouri City. Isn't Missouri City kind of interesting when it looks at month supply of inventory, right? It's certainly on a rise, right? It's going from 1.6 a little bit. But then you go back and look what happened last year as you just look at the graph. And it really jumped up. It was still a little over 2 months supply. When we say jump up, remember, this is an extreme seller's market with all these numbers we're looking at. Here's your for sale Missouri City. Still lack of inventory. It's down over the last couple of years. Under contracts is down, and then your solds are creeping up. If you look here to May, have more properties on the market than we did in May of last year. Not a lot by any means, because some of you are going, I'm really not feeling it. Some of you are starting to feel a little bit different. And then here's your sold from Missouri City. Excuse me, your median prices. It went from 275 to 430. All Missouri City, all properties, but in a median price. Here's Richmond. Richmond's right now sitting on 1.2 months supply of inventory. It was a whopping 2.4 back in May of 20. I'm kidding when I say that, right? 2.4. What's the most you've ever seen in a market month supply of inventory? Okay, that was when? Yeah. Yeah. So historically, we're just sitting on the lowest month supply of inventory. You see, it's going to creep up. Some of you might go, I can't wait. It'd be a blessing. Some of you are like, what are we going to do? And then here we jump in. This is Richmond for sale. Still, I mean, look at compared, right? 800, what does it say there? 809 properties for sale. Under contract 352 and sold is 295. And then here's our median price in Richmond, the 271 in May, and now is at 385. All right, that's all the data I have. There's data and there's numbers, and there's also a pulse and what you're feeling. So based on those numbers, or maybe what you're seeing show up in the market, what are you seeing, Kimbra? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Elaborate. Why don't they want to do dirt contracts?
They can't predict what that final sales price is going to be until they get
the price is changing so fast that they don't even want to get locked into it. Yes, I could break this down into price ranges. I could break it down to resale or new construction. Some of you already glossed over with the data I gave you, and I would really lose you at that point. So any of those numbers can be pulled because each price point is going to be different. I just gave a snapshot and a quick overview of each. One is, this is kind of the data that you need. And we could pull any of that for you. Yes.
And so we're asking, what are we seeing?
Yes. Feeling.
Of what the market's doing?
Yes.
Well, May, traditionally, I noticed years and years ago that May was always a little sluggish in the sales because people had a lot of other things to do. End of school, high school graduation, proms, and college graduations, and all the stuff going on. But even with the holiday weekend, we still wound up with, 5 to 7% over list price offers on the 2 new listings we had. I am seeing a build of inventory in the area I focus on.
Yeah.
But it flushes out by Wednesday every week,
Yeah.
So
How many active listings are in Pecan Grove?
Right now, Pecan Grove itself, the plantation part is 7 active, but 2 or 3 of those are going under contract because I personally know will be showing option pending today.
Okay. Anybody else? You read those numbers and what you're feeling and experiencing. That's it? Got 1 active person in the market. Cool. Yeah, CW.
Something out that
that's the way they can hear online.
Okay. The I think that 59 I consider the medical corridor, and I-10 is the energy corridor. So 59, you know, Sugarland is insulated a little bit because of how many doctors and everything that we have here. And Katy was hit really hard in 2015 when oil prices dropped to 0. Sorry. And then as prices have gone up of the oil and it seems to be holding there, you know, well, Schlumberger, which is still Fort Bend, that helps insulate even more the medical type corridor we have here. But all the companies, you know, BP, everyone is bringing people in. So rehiring, you know, expanding. So I think that as long as, you know, oil prices stay high, we're going to see Fort Bend is kind of insulated from maybe the rest of the world. And people read what they read in the paper is always 6 weeks behind, or they see on the news is always six weeks behind what's really going on. So, I mean, I feel better about this right now than I ever did. And, you know, I don't think we're headed back to 2008 or especially 1980, which was I mean, this 2008 was not the Great Recession. There's been worse.
Oh yeah. Yes. In the 80s. Right. Okay. Anybody else? Giving a take, what you're telling your buyers and sellers? What's going to happen with interest rates, Dale? They're going to continue to go up. That's a fact. Okay. We'll get more on him. I just wanted to say that. Okay. So there's an urgency we can create out of people. What's going to happen when interest rates go up if I want to sell my home and move something else? What some challenges are they going to experience? Yeah, they might go, I call it interest rate prison, right? If you're just sitting on a less than 3%, and then you got to go and you got to jump into a 6 or higher, right? That affects a lot. So our inventory short is not going to be solved. I mean, and I feel, I share this a lot. Some of you heard I'm a broken record, my wife says, is I feel for the school teacher, because I'm a school teacher at heart, right? I was a school teacher. And I feel for the school teacher that one of the spouses is staying at home to take care of the kids, and their buying power is a certain point, and it's up to 250, right? Even making in Fort Bend County, what did we say the starting teacher salary was? 61. Maybe they get a 250. Let's say had combined incomes. And what right now do we get for 250,000? Well, you can get it. It's out there. But what happens?
Investment.
Or not even investors. It's just, if it's a good piece of property too, I mean, get ready and hold on. That's not changing anytime soon, by the way. Or they got to have the property to fix it up. Or if the property needs to fix up and they show up with an FHA, what do you say, Dale? Yes. And that deficiencies could be simple things. You're like, oh, come on, work with this. And the seller might not have the money to put into it. You see, we got to have to get creative and walk people through these challenges too. LaDonna.
Doable price point is the fact that it's being done.
Yeah.
So we have to coach them to stay prepared. Keep your pre-approval current, because you see them, they're out there. Somebody's getting the deals, and we just have to work harder and smarter to capture them for the people that we keep in the game.
Yeah. You got to solve a a good challenging problem, right? We have an affordability and an entry level problem. I thought the interest rates was to slow this all down. Yes. And I was sitting in Dale's office, and Powell, who's the Federal Reserve, what's his official title? Chairman of the Fed. And he goes, we don't have much confidence in what this is going to do. And you look at it, if it's inflation, who are we hurting? We're hurting that entry level buyer with the interest rates and what they can afford and get into it. So this is Gary Keller. Them doing this is trying to land a plane on a needle. They're not going to get it right. And yet we need to keep our emotions through the line, use data, use coaching, use educations, and walk people through it. Because the saying goes, everyone needs to play, needs a place to live, right? So that everybody's playing this same game. And if the teacher, I'm just speaking of a teacher, use another industry, what do nurses, entry-level nurses make right now? Anybody know?
Maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
Maybe, okay, a little bit more, right? What do they get if that's what they're moving to? And if they can't afford that home because it's being priced out or the competition, what are they going to go do? Rent? And what do we see with renting? It has to. I mean, some people I see on the media or TikTok or whatever, they're talking about the greedy landlord, and you're like, what's a landlord has no choice in all this? So part of this is just it's challenging times, and they need a professional to show up and help them. Yes.
Just one other thing. I mean, something they can do in the meantime. I mean, I think a lot of times credit is overlooked. And if you, I mean, just ask up front, what does your credit look like, you know, to your client? You'll get a pretty good feel of their buying power. I mean, if it's below 600, I had one yesterday, 525. What do I do with that? I mean, so.
Yeah. We don't go show them houses to buy, by the way. Some of you are probably still putting I'm not looking at anyone. Some of you are still putting them in cars and going show them properties with gas at a high rate. Stop it, right? This is what LaDonna said. Get their pre-approval, and if there's a delay, it needs to be redone, freshen up, whatever the word. And that takes you what? But if they already have it, and then you need to refreshen it, probably takes you 5-10 minutes to crank out another one. Okay? Yeah.
You're getting a pre-approval, but you need to make sure they understand what their monthly payment's going to be.
Yeah.
Because you're having a pre-approval, but if they don't know what their monthly's going to be, then that pre-approval means nothing, especially the first-time home buyers. So you need to make sure they understand before you put them in the cars, because that pre-approval don't mean much, because I'm getting them from people and they don't even know what that pre-approval, how much monthly they're going to look at. So you want to have that conversation, especially with people that are coming in Texas from other states, because they're not figuring in, if it's coming from another state, they're not figuring in the taxes here in Texas.
Which are what? Much higher. Why? We don't have a sales tax. The government, the state's going to get their money one way or another. They just do it through property tax. So especially these new neighborhoods. What kind of, what are we seeing? 3.5?
Yeah.
Woo.
And if you got to have that conversation, because even if you are getting a pre-approval, it may not mean much to you.
Yeah.
You just think you got somebody with a pre-approval, but you need to have those conversations with them as well, because we got a lot of out-of-state people moving here.
Yep. And we're going to continue to have that. So yes, LaDonna.
So if you're in a doable price point, you can take the education another step and show them the difference between renting versus buying and give them a reason to stay in the game. So as you see, my big mantra is stay in the game, because still there's a lot of unpredictability. You know, things could shift in overnight in a different direction from what's been projected. Just like they said, there will be no foreclosures. What's happening now? You know, now we're hearing something different. So we have to just keep people ahead of the game, be proactive. And for those people coming in, okay, you say you'll just rent, this is the opportunity cost.
All right. So what you're hearing is if you glazed over on some of these numbers, you're missing an opportunity because you have to be the economist of choice. And we use numbers, right? And we educate. When's the best time to buy real estate? Now. I mean, and yet not everybody believes that, right? And if we're going to hold on to it for a year, yeah, maybe you're going to be relocated in a year. Okay, maybe renting's a better option. Oh, I'm going to be here for 5-10 years. Lock it in and go. And if worse comes to worse, we need to refinance. Would you guys be happy to take care of the refinancing in a few years, right? If it changes, we're happy to take care of it because it's an affordability rate over a certain amount of time, not forever. That's the education piece. And if you got to draw them a graph, do the illustrations. Here's a few slides that I like to just go to. These are one of my favorite slides in the Shift book. Remember, we're preparing for the market we're going into. There's always a tale of two markets. And this is very elementary. I'm an elementary school teacher. And our clients that we work with need simplification, right? Educators complicate, leaders simplify. Either you're in the market or you're out. There's only two things, prices, right? And condition. That's it. Don't overcomplicate this. If you got the telephone line running in your backyard and it sags, we can't improve that condition. It's going to affect the price. If your carpet's bad, which we didn't have to replace carpet because the market was so crazy, now we got to have, and we might need to replace the carpet. We're going to have, you might actually have to hire a stager or whoever in combination. Stagers will come back. Really didn't need much stagers in this last one, right? And yet I always remember an agent that I interviewed, and she did a class, Nancy Benavides, and if you knew her, great successful agent, and she just went to, my listings will look different on the marketing. When you walk through one of my listings, you'll know it's mine and what you're going to walk into, because she was adamant about the conversation she had with sellers, because she got them in the best condition she could. We got spoiled in this market. CW.
What you're saying is absolutely right. The anything that's the dog will sell because it's going to be cheaper and everything else.
Yeah.
But in any market we've ever been in, almost, if it's a turnkey listing, it always sells.
Yeah.
You know, people coming in here that don't know, they've never owned a house before. They don't know how to turn a screwdriver.
Or they don't vision on what the property could be.
Yeah,
yes.
They don't have contractors and everything else in place, which is a good thing for everybody to have in their pocket. But in a case like that, when it's turnkey, perfect condition, it's sold in every market we've ever been in.
Yeah.
You know, and I just listed a house like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And there were other homes, one home already on the market on the same street. Then I knew of two others that might be coming, and they're all like the 1.2 million plus. And then I was getting this listing after somebody had already listed it. And so I was like, okay, what do I need to do? Because I already see one of my houses did not appraise. I'm going to have the same problem these guys are having. So I immediately made a decision to stage it for like $4,500. Mine sold in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And there was no difference.
Evidence that what CW just said,
yeah,
it matters.
It
right.
matters.
And we, even in a hot market, you could still be out of the market. We still have some properties that are not moving. You're way overpriced or the condition that it's in. And when we start to shift, it turns into more than this. Mm-hmm. And what CW says, you price it right and you get it in the best possible condition, it will still move. Because the buyers, just remember, our buyer pool just went. And people, if you just came in the last couple of years, people are just listing agent, you just thought you were all that. Now you had to go through the 20 offers and make sure they stuck. I mean, there's a challenge in that. But we could be heading into this. Some of you are like, please, let's go, right? As you move forward. And then you get out here where you're not even sure. I'm still to this day is we got to price properties correctly. When we have to do a price reduction, that's another piece of data you go to, is just go in your neighborhood, look at price reductions. Because when you have to do a price reduction or a price improvement, whatever you call it, right, and you're chasing it or you're trying to hit it right, it always costs the seller more money than sticking it on and doing it right from the beginning. Sounds so simple, but your job as professionals to make sure they educate along the way.
There's actually a quote in here that I find it so that it was resonates with me, but it was really, I think it really makes sense where we're at right now in the market, right out of the Shift book, right? So it says properties are priced to sell, and another where properties are priced to sit. A seller is either in the market or out of it. And unlike a seller's market where time on the market can pull overpriced homes back into the market, which is what we've been seeing, right, over the last couple of years, after a downshift, every day just pushes overpriced homes further and further out of the market. So having that conversation that you're talking about and educating and having the, you know, the tools to prove that, I think is huge.
It's sometimes you put quotes like that out there and get people's take on it, by the way.
Or the graphs that you just showed.
The graphs, data, this is what we've seen. All this information can create your media and your presence and your expertise and give them just enough to tease them. Because people are going to, yes.
I just kind of did that.
Okay, yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
Mine, and one's on the next street over.
Yeah.
We listed ours at $379.
Yeah.
And I said, this is price to sell. You're going to get multiple offers on this. And people were coming in. Seems kind of low. Seems, well, we had 12 offers.
Yeah.
And it went for, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to say a number because it hasn't closed yet. So, but it was good. The one on the next street over has already had 2 price reductions. And it's still sitting there.
Now the perception is what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just a given. It's almost like a law.
But we had to have that conversation.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to him, this is why we're doing what we do.
So the question is, you're a business owner. Do you take a property that's for everyone? Do you take a property that is overlisted and put it on the market anyways? Or if they're not in reality of price and condition, do you take the listing? And it's up to you. That's a belief, right? And there's some top people goes, if it's not priced right in the condition I won't even list it. Okay. Well, now this is a property. If you price it at that, it doesn't move. All you do is got to sign in the ER that says you can't sell properties. Yeah.
This is the condition for which I take properties where the owners think it's worth more. This is how we're going to do this. We're going to go with your price for 7 to 10 days. Let's see what happens. If that doesn't work, then let's agree that then we're going to go to the price that I'm recommending. And that's how I take them.
That's
2 separate structures.
And that's a belief you can live in. And I would tell the seller, there's a consequence if that has to happen. Now we have a price reduction and it shows exactly, you get the nice big old fat arrow, right? And then people go, ooh, what happened? Right? You just got to know there's a consequence for everything that you choose. I'd rather price it right and let's create something right now. But you're going to take it anyways. Yeah.
Mark for 10 days. Whatever.
Well, here's National Association that puts this out here. If you don't have this written down and don't share it, it was something was preached 2007, 2008 by Keller Williams, right? If you get 10 showings and no offers, the market is spoken. So when you go to that is, my job is to drive 10 showings to this. And then we'll look up and we'll see what the market, or we put it on in for 14 days. It could be 10, right? 10 to 14 days, you don't get any showings. The market is spoken.
Don't get any showings at all. You're probably 10% over. If you're getting showings, no offers, it's 5%. And then it kind of drops down from there. But if you don't get anything on it, it's worked out over the years too.
All right. So the question is, are you excited about the opportunity that's in front of us? I am. Professionals stand out in this market, right? Education and training matters. The way you educate and train or treat your clients and having real conversations. You are consultants. Your job is to give the best information so people can make the best decision moving forward. And not all were, oh, I listened to the news and this is what I heard. Oh, I'll wait to buy until the market crashes and then I'll buy. Yes.
Yes, it's always a good idea not to take it because you can be the second person around, but it depends. If it's in your farm area and you overprice a listing and it's your farm area, days on the market matters and you lose credibility.
That's it.
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, it's something to consider. And I don't know if it's overpriced. It's the way that the client shows up. Are they coachable? Are they going to follow your plan? Is there an education? Are they going to or do they know everything and they're going to tell you how it's done? Because that's going to show up through the whole transaction. Yeah. Okay. Any final thoughts before we shift gears? Anyone?
And they don't want to buy because they're not going to be here maybe just for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's bidding wars on rentals.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, bidding wars on rentals. I still can't find her one, and she's at the 2,100, 2,200. She can go higher, but she doesn't want to.
It's pretty low these days.
Yes, sir. We'll put this, Norman, would you put this on the KWSW25.com site? It'll be under resources. And then there's other data, ask Nimesh or myself or Barbara, if you want to get more specific, your area new versus resale, certain price points, and we can go really into this data. But I got to keep it at a high level. Okay, any other thoughts before we pivot?
No,
anything else?
Good. Well, other than Dale, we'll bring him up.
All right, Dale, come on up.
Perfect.
All right.
Hey, just a couple of things real quickly. Wanted to say thank you for those that participated in bingo night. I think Chad lived up to his legendary abilities. It was a
leveraged some of it.
Great time.
Huh?
She couldn't keep up with 2 cards. She's never played before, so
Yeah.
we'll explain that next time.
They told me I was going too slow. Sharon
Yeah.
says it wasn't fast enough.
Correct. So Nimesh and I talked about me coming up and talking about a new program that we're offering as a lender as an alternative to down payment assistance. Would anybody out there be interested to an alternative down payment assistance? Okay. So we spoke last week about a 100% financing loan that's done, unfortunately, just in Harris County or Montgomery County, not in Fort Bend. But that may be a reason for you to take a buyer to Harris County or Fort Bend County if they can get in with no money down. So we're offering a loan program with 0 down. What does that mean? They still have closing costs that have to be covered, correct? There are no income limits. Many of the down payment assistance program have income limits. That income limits anywhere from $96,000 to about $108,000. There is no loan limit as long as it's below the conforming conventional loan limit of $647,000. No mortgage insurance. Down payment assistance loans all have mortgage insurance, and it is currently at about 0.25%. That's 0.25% less than the current conventional interest rate with great credit. Okay? Great credit. 640 is the minimum required credit score on this 100% financing. All right. So I've got no MI. That's a benefit. Lower interest rate down to 640, and it can go up to a $647,000 purchase price as long as they have the income to qualify. There are no limits, so they're not limited regarding that. So Norman's put up a website for us, ffiec.gov. Okay. FFIEC shows what we call a census tract. Tell me where you want to go. Where we want to go is to the, where am I? To the geocoding mapping system. And so the geocoding mapping system, if you're looking for a home to determine, is it inside of an area? Because it is specific to areas that are minority, majority areas. It is an attempt by the government to have banks that do business in specific areas to increase the median income in some of those areas. All right. So they are incentivized by the government to do loans for housing in these specific areas. So if we went up to this map and we plugged in an address, the address is 5630 Edith Street, Houston, Texas, 77081.
Oh, you know where that street is?
So we search that and it pulls in an area where this house is located. Okay. And if we look, I have a track code that shows up here, track code 4217. We have a website that we as a lender go to, and that specific company or bank that we do the loans through has a census tract. If a home is inside of an approved census tract, if you look on the map, it shows this is our tract number 4217. You can look at these other tracts in some of the other areas. If it is in that area and the home price is below 647, then this home is going to qualify. All right? Make sense? So, yes, ma'am.
Do we have access to this, those qualified tracts?
You do not. However,
but you have a friendly loan officer that would
correct.
assist you in
Well,
any
there's
way.
myself, there's Catherine Albee, there's Lacey Liner, there's Hussein that are all available here to help you guys with 100% financing. We don't need to call it a down payment assistance program. It's 100% financing. So if you scroll out of this map, zoom out, you're going to see it. Keep going a little bit. So the map colors change. You see all these different areas. There's all these funky numbers that are in here. This is Harris County and Montgomery County. So some of the areas are very high income and the home's not going to qualify. All right. One of the loan officers at our Katy office is doing a loan in Sunnyside. Anybody know where Sunnyside is? Sunnyside's got brand new construction right now at $350,000 townhome that he's doing 100% financing on. He's also doing a loan in Spring Branch at $450,000. 100% financing. So we go in and plug in to this website, these addresses, and find out, determine what the track code is. You can contact us. So one other thing that you can do in the HAR website, I don't know if you've done this. Does anyone know how to search an area on the HAR website? Okay. Consumers have the option. Can you do this? Can you go to har.com? Yeah. And HAR will allow you to refine down to a specific neighborhood and actually draw an area that you want to search. If you go to more filters, and you can go to, we're going to go to map. Where's our search for search the map? I think it's a map. Scroll down. The last page. Yeah. So select area by map. If we click then, we can zoom into the Houston area. You'll zoom way, way in there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, and let's just say that that area where that home was located in was in here. Norman, if you took to draw your area and you clicked there and then you drew an area around that, and then just connect it to where you started, perfect. Use this shape and then click search. We'll scroll up to search. Right here at search. If you clicked on search, it will show you every home inside of the box that you did. You might be able to direct buyers into an area that might qualify. And if you scroll down to the price ranges below the 647 price range, then that tells you it's likely in one way, in some way, if you know that that area qualifies, that homes in that price range may exist and might qualify for 100% financing. So if we plugged in 5422 Jason into that FFIC address up there, Jason Street, 77096, Houston, Texas. Oh, 96, I think is what it pulled up.
You remembered all that.
Yes, sir. Hopefully it worked. 50, I think the address was incorrect. You can click back on the top there. 5422, correct. Good work, Ken. So Jason Street is in that area. So this is a way to look at potential homes through HAR that might qualify for 100% financing. It meets all the criteria. So we're just looking at alternatives to be able to give buyers an opportunity to get in. Lower interest rates. We're shifting away from the norm. Yes, sir. HAR, it sure is.
No. The other one is available to you, but it'll give you a track number. You don't know if the track number qualifies or not unless you go to your friendly MCAP officer.
Nope, I'm going to have you do the address. I'm not doing it all for you.
Can I send you a track code?
You can.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
you
can send any of the loan officers with us. So the relationship that we have is with a bank. We're doing what we call a third-party origination. We're finding the loans, we're delivering to the bank. The government awards them or keeps them on the good list, if you will, for doing loans in specific areas. Laura? Yeah. Correct. It is a 45-day close. It's 100% financing. There's a lot of government correspondence back and forth with the lender to get the loan qualified. It is a 45-day close. It can help expedite the process if you have buyers that are willing to get us all the documentation required for the loan. Yes, sir, Terry. Absolutely. As long as they get a conventional loan approval and the property is located in there, we can get the loan approved. We don't care if the income's fixed, it's still income.
This is similar to the Harris County down payment assistance.
It's not down payment assistance. No, it's not.
Oh, but you say it's 100% free, so what's the difference?
Nothing's free, but yes, they will be paying interest on
because
the loan
it's a
that
government assisted in certain locations for minorities. There's criteria that goes into it.
What I'm saying is that I talked to you about the down payment, about everything like Harris County.
Yeah.
They say it's good for people that don't have the money to put down like 30%, but you got people that's on fixed income. Situation.
Fixed income is income. If they have the credit to qualify and the income's there, they're going to qualify for the loan.
Go ahead.
This is 100% financing. It's not a down payment assistance program. They don't have to have a minimum amount of income, just enough to qualify.
So, go to escrow, you got to put on 20%.
No, sir.
0% financing. There's no down payment.
We'll finish that up because we're running out of time. Catherine, or we'll connect with you and help you do it. All right, Melissa, come along.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good stuff. That's 100 Tactics. All right.
Hi guys, how are you? It's Melissa. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. My son has been a little under the weather, so I haven't been here and I've missed you guys. But I've been getting a lot of questions lately about heirship and different deed issues coming up. So I just wanted to talk specifically Cynthia. No, I'm just kidding. So I just want to let you know, so, you know, it came to mind that Patent Title, we have a real estate attorney that is on site, you know, on staff, Ashley Patton, and he's able to answer any questions you guys have or anything that does come up and anything that we need to do to solve problems with missing heirs. We can also close a file within 31 days after someone has passed away. Most title companies won't touch it for 3 to 6 months. And that's huge. We'll also work with you in order to find, hunt them down and find the missing heirs. So we're dedicated to helping clients like Cynthia Contreras. So let me know if you guys have any kind of heirship issues or anything that comes up that you need help with. My fun fact, no word in the dictionary rhymes with orange. So that is your fun fact for the orange. And thank you so much. Let me know if you guys have any.
Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Good to see you back.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome back. Come on up, buddy. All right. We need some cleaning. Woo! We got products.
Here.
Take it away.
Hello, I'm here with Sam's Cleaning Hauling, and what we specialize in is move out, move in cleanings, and hauling and junk removal. So you're selling a house. Sometimes a lot of people don't like to get the windows cleaned, but there's several things. You gotta, you know, especially if they have pets, there's a lot of hair. So we work on that. We work on the whole house, work on the baseboards, and the fridge, the oven. So everything you associated with clean the house so you can put it on the market. It's called a make-ready cleaning. Also, we do window cleaning. So outside, if you have windows, it brings up the price of the house if you do the window cleaning. So I'm going to do a quick announcement. This is what you need. And sometimes I know realtors do a lot of stuff, right? Sometimes even the owner wants the realtor agent to clean. I have realtors clean. I said, why are you doing cleaning? Just call me. But realtors, I haven't seen them to clean the oven and stuff. No, okay.
We do whatever it takes.
Yes, we do. Yes. But if you don't have time, this is what we recommend. If you have a glass shower door and they haven't scrubbed in a while, get some lime away on it. And some people are picky about the little ring around the sink, right? You clean the sink, but after a while, if the people have been living there for 10 years, you get like a rust stain, a little round thing around the sink. This is what I recommend. You can use this, the Works, or you can use, you get a Mr. Clean, and you work on that. And also the shower mats. If you have a shower mat that's been there a while, like an older person has a shower mat so they don't slip, and it's been there for 10 years, you take it out, it's got like a rust, it's got all those holes in it. And that takes a while to clean, but you can actually do it using a combination of these ingredients, including putting this on and scrubbing it down. But if you don't want to do all that, you can call us and we'll come take care of it for you.
The easy button.
Yes, so those are the things we do. We clean inside the kitchen cabinets. We do the move in, move out cleaning, organizing, window cleaning, hauling and junk removal, everything to get the house clean. All right? So, okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
Junk removal, is that done by, how is the pricing on junk removal?
It's by a volume. So you text us a picture and then we'll give you a quote based on how much furniture there is. Quarter truck, half a truck. Okay, I'm known as Mr. Quiz. So let's give a quick quiz before I go.
All right.
All right, so I'll split it down like this. It will be the left half, and on this side is the right half. So I've got 7 questions, and then we'll see who wins. And of course, it's based on cleaning. And okay, so I've got all these appliances to clean. So I'm gonna give like an appliance name, and you tell me a name brand, okay? And I've got, you know, someone's always winning out here. She's out there, but I don't have a prize today. The prize is you get bragging rights, okay? Give me a refrigerator name brand that starts with F.
F.
Where was that? I didn't catch.
Refrigerator.
Okay, refrigerator. 1 to 0. I need someone to get the right answer.
I'm here to help.
Okay, all right, 1 to 0.
Question number 2.
All right, question number 2. I need a dishwasher brand that starts with B. Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, so that's the same side, right?
No, this is on this side.
Oh, so 2-0. All right.
No, 1-1, right?
No, he answered. Oh.
That's 1-1, yeah.
Is he on this side?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's the middle. Okay, all right. All right, we go 1-1. 1-1. I'll try to speed it up. All right, 1-1. Number 3.
I need an oven that starts with H. I think it was on this side.
There. Yeah.
Hot point. Yeah. Hot point. Oh, that's higher also. Okay. That was nice. Okay, so it's 2-1. 2-1. All right. So we got 4 more. A washing machine that starts with W. That was bad. All right. Oh, it's fast. All right, 3-1. So yeah, it's sort of like Golden State being down, huh? Y'all gotta come up with 3 in a row here, okay? All right. An AC unit on the outside the condenser that starts with G.
Goodman.
I heard Goodman.
Yeah, Goodman.
Was you?
CW. Yeah.
Okay, you got him. 3-2. Okay. Dryer name that starts with M.
There.
Oh, we're down to the last question.
All right, here we are. Tiebreaker.
All right.
Last one. So game 7.
All right. Since it's basketball season, it's a basketball question. Who won the 2021 WNBA title?
The 2021 WNBA. Was it Phoenix?
No, it was not. I think they're runner-up. Nope.
LA.
No one's watching WNBA?
All right. We ended.
No, this is the question. No, go ahead. Nope. Right there. Who said Chicago?
Sky. He just did. Right? You did, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So
hey, y'all
team-
want 4-3.
Awesome, man. You gonna be around to answer questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aricelli's back there. She's my assistant. She's gonna pass out flyers. So if you need any move out things, let us know.
Great. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for lunch.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we got some lunch. Go on.
Appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right. All right,
Awesome,
thank you.
guys. Well, thank you very much again. Hope you enjoyed the meeting. We did have a little bit of a pivot. Just look forward to that down the road. Hope you got some useful information. Go out there and use it. Enjoy your day. Make it powerful. See you online. Oh, yes. Do not forget about blind spots. It's going to be extremely powerful.